Dear students, we are going to continue the chapter English grammar chapter non-finite verbs. Yesterday we studied infinitives, one of the three types of non-finite verbs. Infinitive yesterday we completed. Non-finite has three forms, three types: infinitive, gerund, and participle. The use of infinitive, when we shall use, in which condition, in which situation we shall use infinitive. Yesterday we have finished. Today, now second type of non-finite we will study, gerund. Second form we will study today, non-finite verb gerund. Gerund means ing verb. Fourth form of verb ing verb used as noun. It is verb but used as noun. Just like infinitive, gerund is also used as subject and object, because noun used as subject and object in a sentence, it means in the beginning and also at the end. Just like infinitive, gerund can also be used in the beginning and at the end of sentence, because it is used as noun use subject object. Example: swimming is useful. Swimming is useful, it is used as noun in the beginning of sentence. One more thing I would like to say, that in the beginning swimming is useful. Also we can use here infinitive. Both sentence same meaning. We can also write to swim. To swim. To swim is useful. In the beginning, in many sentence, almost all sentence in the beginning, gerund and infinitive have same meaning. Swimming is useful, or to swim. To swim is useful, same meaning. And just like infinitive, it is also used as both subject and object. Means at the beginning and end. At the beginning, now at the end. I enjoy swimming. It is object in the using as noun. Enjoy what? Swimming, cricket, anything. Swimming used as noun. When ing verb used as noun, that is called gerund. So it is used as both subject and object in the beginning and at the end of sentence. Now another use, another situation. Another situation is that preposition plus gerund. Preposition plus ing verb. Preposition plus gerund. This is another use of gerund. It means after preposition always gerund used. Example is I am fond of singing. I am fond of singing. Here is preposition. After preposition always gerund, means ing verb used. My friend is, another example, my friend is good at playing. At is preposition, so ing verb. My friend is good at playing cricket. After preposition at, ing verb will be used. My friend is good at playing. Now another use of gerund is that after some words, after some verbs, ing use, gerund use. Those words are enjoy, avoid, mind, hate. Enjoy, avoid, mind, hate. Enjoy, avoid, mind, hate. Can't help, it's no use, good. can't help, it's no use or good. After these words, always gerund used. Always be used gerund after these words. Example: enjoy. I enjoy. Gerund. I enjoy singing, playing, dancing, reading storybooks. Always ing verb will be used. Avoid. He avoids drinking, smoking, talking to me. After avoid, always ing verb, gerund will be used. Mind. I don't mind living here. I don't mind staying here. I don't mind talking to him. After mind also ing verb. Hate. I hate going there. Can't help means can't stop. Can't stop help. He can't help laughing means he can't stop laughing. After can't help also ing verb used. Is no use. After no use, it's no use staying here, living here, talking to him. Also we can use good. It's no good staying here, living here, talking to him. These are the use of gerunds. Now we shall study the use of participles. Use of participles. When we will use participles? In which situation we will use participles? When? In which situation? So participle, we know that three types of participle: present participle, past participle, perfect participle. ing verb is called present participle. Third form of verb is called past participle, and having plus V3 is perfect participle. So participles, first use is participles are used as adjectives. Participles are used as adjective. Example: a smiling face, boiling egg, boiling eggs, running horse, dancing girl. These are present participles, ing. Present participles. Also past participles also used as adjective. Present and past participles are used as adjectives. Past participles, example I give: tired man, fallen leaf, rotten mangoes. First use of participles, we learned that it is used as adjectives. It means it will describe a noun or pronoun. Face is noun describing which face? A smiling face. Eggs, noun describing what eggs? Which eggs? Boiling. Horse describes the noun horse. What type of horse? Running. About girls, about this noun describes what type of girl? Dancing girl. This is present participle. Present participles indicates some action continuity, continue, not finished, not completed. A smiling face means face is smiling. He has a smiling face. Continue, not complete work, not continue work. Boiling eggs. At present time, eggs are boiling. Running horse. Work is continue. Incomplete, not complete. Horse are running. Dancing girl. At present time, work continue. Girl is dancing. Present participle indicates that some action is incomplete. Continue. And past participle indicates action is complete. Tired man. Action complete. Not continue. He is tired. Fallen leaf. Leaf has fallen down. Work complete. Falling work, falling of leaves, work complete. Rotten mangoes. Already mango has rotten. Work complete. We have to keep in mind that what we will use, V4 or V3, what will be used? Present participle or past participle, what we shall use? It will create confusion. Then its solution is that when the action is continue or incomplete, continue, then use present participle, and when action is finished, complete, then use past participle. Clear? Now another use of participles is that Another use is that when two actions happens, when two actions or incidents happens at the same time or just after or immediately after another, then present participle use. When two actions happens at the same time or immediately after one action another happens, then present participle used. With example. He was sitting on the chair. He was sitting on the chair. He was reading a story. One person, same person does two things at the same time. At the same time he is sitting on the chair and same time he is reading a story. Two actions happening at the same time. Then if we want to write these both sentences as single sentence, then sentence starts with present participle. Clear? Example. Sitting. Its answer will be present participle. Sitting on the chair, he was reading a story. Sitting on the chair, he was reading a story. Same time two actions happens with a person. Then sentence starts with present participle. Sitting on the chair, he was reading a story. And if another action starts immediately after one action, in that situation also we use present participle. For example, I opened the door. First sentence. Second sentence, I entered the room. One sentence, one action happens immediately after another. Opened the door and immediately after I entered the room. Then also if we write it at one sentence, then we will start with present participle. I opened the door. The opening, in one sentence we can say, opening the door, I entered the room. Opening the door, I entered the room. But when two actions happens, first actions completes in a well manner. When one action is completed in well manner, and after that starts another action, then we use perfect participle, not present participle. Example, I took breakfast. I went to school. Two sentences. One person does two actions. I took breakfast in a well manner, leisurely. First I complete breakfast, finish my breakfast. After that, getting ready, I go to school. One action is completed in well manner, then starts another action. In that situation, present participle should not be used. In that situation, sentence will start with, if we write both sentences as a single sentence, then sentence will start with perfect participle, having plus V3. Having plus V3 means having plus V3. Having taken, breakfast. I went to school. Now another use of participle. Another use is that first sentence object and second sentence subject and second sentence subject are same. Subject are same. Second sentence used as then, not first sentence. Second sentence used as participles. Then second sentence used as participles, not first sentence. For example, I saw him. He was crossing the road. I saw him. He was crossing the road. First sentence object and second sentence subject are same. First sentence object and second sentence object are same. In that situation, if we want to say both sentences as single sentence, then participle will be used, but not in the beginning of sentence. In second sentence, it will be I saw him. I saw him crossing. I saw him crossing the road. Clear? I saw him crossing the road. Another example. Another example is that I saw her, she was tired. First sentence object and second sentence subject same. So made of the same word, same. So participle will be used not in the beginning but in second sentence. Its single sentence will be I saw her. I saw her, past participle, tired. I saw her tired. Clear? Now we shall study last use. Last. What is the use of participle? Then another use is that when there are two subjects, two different subjects, two different subjects, a relation of cause and effect. Another use is two different subjects. Both sentence subjects are different. Two different subjects will be in both sentences. A relation of cause and effect. Cause, effect or result. Cause-result relation. Then perfect participle will be used. If we write both sentences as single sentence, then perfect participle will how a structure will be something different. A structure will be subject plus perfect participle means having plus V3. Having plus V3 plus, this is first sentence, plus second sentence. Second sentence. Example. The sun rose, the fog disappeared. The sun rose, the fog disappeared. In these two sentences, subject are different. First subject sentence, first sentence subject the sun, second sentence subject the fog. Subject are different and relation of cause and result. The fog disappeared. Why? What's the cause? Because the sun rose. Relation of cause and effect, cause and result, and subject are different. Then a structure will be subject plus having V3 plus second sentence. It will be subject, the sun. Its answer will be in single sentence. The sun having risen, the fog disappeared. The fog disappeared. The fog disappeared. The sun, subject plus having V3. The having risen. Plus second sentence, the fog disappeared. So students, now the non-finite chapter is complete. In next class, we will study exercise, discuss its exercise. Thank you.